Start your week as positive as you can. Manage your stress as much as you can. Before we start, we have only a half hour together. Put your phone on silence. If there's people in the house, just again, remind them you just want a half hour to yourself right now to manage your stress, to take care of your body. If you didn't see my notice, if you have a strap, it doesn't have to be a specific yoga strap. If you have a therapy band, those are little stretchy ones, a tie, a belt, anything, just grab it right now because we're going to use this a bit tonight. If you don't have anything that resembles it, again, just a scarf, a belt, a tie, something that you can wrap around your feet and get the most out of our stretching. Okay, we're going to be primarily on the floor again tonight so that you can really just take care of stress and move in tension. Okay, some of us, we know we're really stressed, and some of us it's not till we start to breathe deep and stretch that we feel it. So we're going to do some slow breathing. It's extremely important for your cortisol levels, the stress hormones, and they're probably a bit higher this month than they have been in the past, right? So join me if you can. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Listen to the cues from the video. You could also type in everything's good as far as visual and sound for us, and that would be helpful right now as we start. Okay, eyes are closed. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. Let your jaw drop. Let the stress go. Inhale. Exhale. With each exhale, guys, it's fine to be loud at first here. Be intentional to take the stress you're feeling and let it out, okay? Let it go. And now we're going to transition to the mouth, closing and just the nose. Inhale. Exhale out of your nose. You don't have to do this if it's too hard. Stay with the mouth, but I want you to be conscious of your breathing. I want you to slow everything down. Even at home, we might be having busy days, busy work days. Let's take our shoulders, roll it up, squeeze that stress, guys. Exhale, dropping it down, okay? Inhale, rolling it up. Exhale, dropping it down. Let's do two more. Inhale, rolling it up. Exhale. Okay, so we're going to do some slow breathing. Remember, we move from our stomach to our rib cage to our chest. Ready? Fill the belly with air. Inhaling. Exhale, pull your belly in. Deep breath to your rib cage. Exhale, draw it in. Guys, think about the stress you have and trying to let go of it. Inhale to the chest, deep breath. Exhale. I hope you're returning to these breathing movements throughout the week. So let's fill the body as we move from our stomach to our rib cage, up to the chest. Really visualize your lungs are two little balloons and you are inflating them. Deflate, let them come in. Pull your rib cage in. Draw your chest in. Guys, stress is so real and we are managing it right now. Fill the belly with air. Fill your rib cage. Open up the chest. Exhale, chest is in. Rib cage is in. Draw your belly button in. Do it one more time for me, guys. Inhale, fill the belly. Fill your rib cage. As you move up to the chest, try to challenge yourself to breathe a little deeper. Exhale, chest is in. Rib cage is in. Draw your belly button in. When you are stressed, you breathe quick and shallow. So we want to breathe slow and calm. Draw your shoulders up to your ears again. Exhale. If you are carrying a ton of neck tension, we want to work on that right now. But I am very aware that some of you have a lot of neck tension and you might stick with this right now or that slow breathing, okay? If you are good to move your neck, let's take a deep breath in. On the exhale, you're going to look over your right shoulder like you're driving, which you probably haven't been driving for a long time. Okay, we're in lockdown. And you have your blind spot here, but you should feel the left side of your neck. And if you are carrying a ton of tension there, right? So just look over your right shoulder And then take a nice deep breath. Exhale, look over the left. Maybe try to think on the bright side. You haven't had to commute in rush hour, right? You haven't had to deal with that traffic stress. Try whenever you can to think of the most positive part of the situation. It will help. Okay, now we're going to roll side to side. So again, make sure it's feeling good. Deep breath in, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Some of us are overwhelmed by the feeling. Some feel great. We might want to drop that left shoulder just a little more and feel like a nice stretch out here, right? And then deep breath up. Stack your spine. Exhale to the left side. Notice and be aware. One side is tighter, guys. That's where you want to work on it so you don't pull anything, right? You're feeling it, and then if it feels great, drop that right shoulder a little, like somebody's stretching you out, right? Let's do some neck rolls. Deep breath in. Exhale to the right and sweep to the left. Deep breath up. Exhale to the other side. So remember, a lot of what we're doing right now can be done at your desk when you're feeling the stress of the situation. Take 2 minutes out, right? This one, you're in your chair, you breathe up. You take your left hand on your right knee. You maybe hold the back of your chair at work. You just look over your right shoulder, and then if you're feeling great, your spine is good, you look behind your right shoulder. Try when you feel tension building up in your body throughout the day to take a minute or two and relax it. Last thing here, I'm sure your knees want to come out. Ready? Deep breath up. Exhale, right hand on the left knee, looking to the left, and then looking behind if it feels good. Remember, if you've got osteopenia or osteoporosis, you're always going to do the first progression and not the full extension, okay? Deep breath. Exhale. Okay, shake those knees out because we've been crisscross here for a little bit. Let's point and flex our toes back and forth. Pull them as far as you can towards you. Push them away. Back and forth. If you're okay with it, let's take them together. Now, say you don't stretch a lot, you're going to want to be pretty far away from your body. If you feel very comfortable, you're going to take it in closer. And you're going to just kind of settle in, rock up and down. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, I want you to hinge from your hips forward. In yoga, I want you to feel like your hips are the hinge on a door, and you open and close the door. Your back is the door, so your back's staying pretty straight. Okay? And we're just really bringing awareness to the inner hip and thigh right now. I would recommend again that we close our eyes and feel this area of tightness. Okay, we're going to get to it a little more in a few minutes with those straps, but let's just gently ease into this. Inhale, exhale. Now, as we're moving in with each exhale, this is entirely up to you if you want to go just a little deeper. Listen to your body. If you're like, you know what, I feel great, you can go far down, or you can put your hands here and you can give me crazy. Okay, but this isn't a crazy class, it's a gentle class. So I want you to listen to your body, and you need to feel good after this, not beat up, all right? We need to warm up our hips a little bit here. So we're going to do a little gentle warm up on the floor. If your wrists are bad, you're going to go on your forearms. If your wrists are great, you're going to go into a plank. So let's do the two variations. To warm up, your wrists are stacked under your elbows, but you're stacked under your shoulders, right? You're not here or out here. You're in your plank, you're holding your lower rib cage in, and you're pressing into your down dog, right? You're up. If your wrists bother you at home, or if you want to get a harder workout, you're going to come down on your forearms. It's definitely harder, but it's safer for those wrists. If you've got carpal tunnel or some stress, you're going to do this one, okay? Either way, I need you to get a little bit warm, right? So I need you to be warm, just back and forth. So you're here. If your wrists feel great, then maybe you'll just do a few. This is called dolphin. And then you'll stop and you'll give me some plank and down dog. Think about working on your bone density right now, loading your bones. Think about opening your hips as you press back. If your calf muscles feel so tight as you go back, go up and down here. Okay? Now, it's pretty normal for your heels not to touch the ground. Don't compare yourself to a yoga teacher, okay? Soften your knees, sink your chest towards your thighs, take a deep breath, and push it back one more time. Okay, before we go into some deep stretches, I need your hips warmed up. So You can be here, pulling your right leg in and out. Look behind you that you're not going to hit something. If that's overwhelming to you, you're down here. But I just need you to move a few times, real intentional. So always modify. First one, look behind you. Make sure you're not going to hit anything, right? Let's do 2 more on the right. Exhale. Deep breath. Exhale. Okay, we're back down here. And your modification on the left, if you've got wrist issues, okay, you're here. Or if you're just super tired, but if you're feeling great, you're in that down dog. You're going to make sure you're going to clear it on the left. You're going to look back, and you're going to pull it in. I need those hips nice and warm. Okay, let's do a few more. Deep breath in. Exhale. Let's last 2. Last one. Okay. You should feel a little bit more. Let's do cow and cat for the back, and then we're going to go into some nice slow leg stretches. Looking up. Exhale. Curling your spine like an angry cat. Deep breath up. Exhale. Nice deep breath. Exhale. So we are primarily going to focus on the lower part of the body for the rest of our class, but I want to do one great stretch. For those of you working in office, hopefully you have a strap. If you don't have a strap, then you're going to air stretch, but I hope you grab something. So it doesn't whack you, you might want to wrap it around a little. Okay, wrap it around your hands a little bit. If you have a therapy band that is elastic, sometimes that can even be better. This is great. You say you're really feeling the tension of working from home right now and just the COVID stuff. You deep breath in, exhale, stretch it up. Take it down, deep breath, right straight in front of you, and exhale. So let's remember, no matter what fitness class you're doing, you're not going to lock your elbows. You're going to have just a tiny micro bend, and you're going to exhale. Now, some of you are going to start to move back, and it feels so tight that you're only staying right here. Some of you feel great, and you're going to take a deep breath, and you might come far back, right? Let's do 2 more. This would be a great thing to take a strap at your desk, make sure you're a little bit warm, right? And do these. Now we're going to go side to side. Deep breath, and just drop it to the right or left. Take it back up. Feel your stomach fire up a little bit. Exhale. Let's do 1 more on each side. Deep breath. Exhale. Nice deep breath. Exhale. Do you feel that nice stretch already there? Okay. These are going to be your friend today in our class. You're going to take your, doesn't matter which foot, but maybe just to follow along, take your right leg. You're going to put the strap right around the ball of your toe up at the top right now because we're going to pull back and forth. Okay, so this is called staff pose, but if that hurts your knees, you'll be here, okay? And you're going to pull it back and forth for me. And I really want you to focus right now on everything just below the knee at the moment, okay? Hopefully none of you have plantar fasciitis that are watching, but this is a great stretch if you do, and it's a great preventative move, okay? So we're back and forth, and then I really want you to hold it here. Now, if your hips are so tight that you're already feeling it, you're just going to close your eyes and focus on everything here. You should feel a great shin stretch. If you're feeling wonderful, back is straight, deep breath in, exhale, hinge from the hips. And you might walk your hand up that strap a little more. Please don't feel like you have to be at your foot. You're welcome to grab your toe, but the strap gives you that chance to really pull at the fascia in the feet, work on the Achilles tendon, the arch, as you hinge forward. If you're home right now and it is just screaming at you, it's pretty normal, it's tight, right? It'd be tight normally, but given the stress going on, the body tenses up more. It's just the body has to protect itself. It's a little overwhelmed, right? Can you give me 2 more deep breaths? Inhale. On the exhale, you might go forward a little more. You might think, no. If you're home and you feel great, you can always go crazy. Okay? There's always gentle yoga and crazy yoga, and you decide what your body wants, right? Okay, in between the sides, we're going to take both feet out. We're going to take the strap around the top here. Okay? We're going to kind of rock up so that we make sure we're hinging from our hips and not arching our back. This one can be a little overwhelming, okay? Your feet are pretty much just flexed. You're going to take a deep breath. And you're gonna walk it forward a little. Right, feel your hamstrings. Make sure there's no pressure in your lower back. Some of you stretch all the time, you feel amazing, you're gonna let go. But most of us are gonna think, wow, and you're just gonna breathe into it. Maybe close your eyes again. Think I've really needed this class, right? Breathe nice and slow. Inhale. Exhale. Nice deep breath. Exhale. Okay, before we go to the other side, you're going to take that left leg and you're going to gently encourage it on the right leg. Okay? In a perfect world, your knees are stacked, but I realize for some of us it's tight and it might be here, and that's okay. So, we still got that strap. Okay? Now we've added weight, which is really going to bring out the feeling in the right hamstring. So you're going to pull and flex your foot forward a little if you want. Take a deep breath, and you're going to pull forward. Right? Feeling that, guys? Again, it's your class. Maybe you move an inch or two, and it is such an overwhelming feeling that you back up. Or maybe you absolutely love this feeling, and you collapse into it. Yoga is a very personal class. You decide the level of stretching intensity you want, right? You're just pushing forward. You're feeling how changing the same move by adding this weight has really intensified it, right? Breathe into it for me. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Exhale. So let's do that all on the left side. So the left leg is out, your right leg is bent. Again, it's kind of looks like a little bit of a staff, right? So if your knee bothers you to turn out a lot, then you would just hold it up here. The strap is going to be behind you, up at the ball of your foot and your toe there again. You're going to take a deep breath and you're going to pull it forward and you're going to think, okay? So maybe you're getting a break from wearing a lot of uncomfortable shoes being home. So again, maybe let's think on the positive. Maybe your feet hurt a lot more than this. I want you to focus your breath and your thoughts right now on everything below the knee and how it feels, right? If you're overwhelmed, you're going to stop. If you feel great, you're going to take a deep breath, hinge forward from the hips. So remember, you might just go for 1 or 2 inches and be like, that's my point. That's my point of stopping. You might feel great, collapse fully in. You can even do some side stuff. But one thing you should not do is get discouraged, okay? So just stay with wherever you're feeling challenged for you, okay? And the great thing of this is you're in your home, so you don't feel the peer pressure to keep up with anyone. You really can start to get comfortable with a yoga class in your own home, in your own environment. Okay, let's give it 2 more breaths. Just inhale, exhale into it. Feel the left hip, feel the left hamstring. Breathe into it, guys. Feet aren't joined together. We're going to go straight to that next move. So your right knee's going to go over the left leg. In a perfect world, they stack, but please listen to your body. If it needs to be out of it, that's okay. The biggest thing is that your lower back's not hurting and that you're feeling good. Okay, we're here with that strap. The strap is there for lots of reasons. It's giving us better range of motion. It's keeping our back nice and straight so that we don't hunch and put strain on the back, right? You're going to decide again, guys, deep breath in, exhale, hinge forward from your hips like they're a hinge on a door, and the left hip and IT band and hamstring is probably talking to you, right? Again, if you feel like, I feel terrific, you can go crazy on me. But if you're like, wow, this is overwhelming, back up just a little or press in depending on the intensity you want to feel, right? Let's take 2 more breaths in this one. Inhale. Exhale. Everybody feels this pose, even if you're super flexible. There's no way around it. We just added weight on that hamstring. The hamstrings are always tight. Last deep breath. Okay, great. We're going to go on our back, so make sure you're comfortable. Again, traditionally your back is pretty straight, but if you, again, have any issues, you can always have a little pillow under. So you're going to keep that strap. Let's go back to the right leg. Okay, and now we're going to move the strap around a little bit, so hopefully you can still see me if you're laying down or listen to the cues. The strap is on the ball of your foot again, and we're going to go up and down. And now You might even be feeling this more than you did when we were sitting up. You're relaxed. Make sure your shoulder and neck are not tensing and you're coming up and down, right? This looks like the picture I posted on our group last night for class, right? And we're going to decide again the intensity on this stretch. And this is a great thing while we're home right now at night. If you get the chance to, relax or maybe watch a show, if you can get a spot on the floor, maybe grab your strap and do this a bunch. So you're going to now keep your leg fairly straight, okay? Don't lock your knee, but keep your leg pretty straight. You're going to take a deep breath and you're going to exhale and pull your right leg towards you. Now, 2 weeks ago when we did this stretch, you might not be as far as you are now because this strap really gives you the chance to pull. If you could only reach your knee before, you might be much farther. Remember, there's a Qigong type move to kind of warm up the back of the hamstring. If you need to, just add this little heat. If you're feeling like, oh, this is a tight rubber band and it's going to snap, add some heat there, okay? If you feel great, just, close your eyes and give in to this. Just feel the pressure and the weight, the drawing out everything. I'm going to add progressions, but remember, if you feel overwhelmed at any point, you just stay where you are. Some hip circles. Left hip is staying on the mat. You're going to take a deep breath and take your right leg out to the right and do a big circle for me. Okay, and bring it back and then go to the left side. And then we're going to sway side to side on this. You're going to decide how much you want to feel this, guys. Ready? Deep breath in. Exhale, take it out to the right. You should probably only go a few feet today. If you go down here and you don't do that often, that's going to be really intense tomorrow here, okay? So keep it gentle. Maybe just at, think about this as a 90-degree angle. And maybe you just want to go 30 or 45 degrees. You probably don't want to go all the way down there, right? Take a deep breath in. Exhale across. Again, think maybe 20, 30 degrees. 45 might be intense. Feel the IT band, the iliotibial band from your right hip to your knee is probably talking to you. And you're thinking, such a tiny move, I feel so much, right? Back and forth, so deep breath going over one side. Exhale. So these are really great moves. These areas need to stay stretched, they need to be lengthened, and they want to be strong so we don't have knee and hip problems, right? Okay, we're going to do that on the other side, and then we're going to do a hip flexor stretch. So, right foot's on the ground, right hip is on the ground planted, left leg is out. Strap is at the ball or thereabout of the foot again so that you can get that deep ankle. Hopefully you've never had to sleep in a boot with plantar fasciitis or anything, but that's that. We're simulating that nice angle to really stretch. Your leg is pretty straight and you're just going to have a micro bend to the knees. We're not going to lock our knee, right? Keep it a little gentle. Up and down for me. Feel the intensity, right? All over here. So, you are again going to decide how much you want to feel this in your left hamstring. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring it to you. If you've been with us for all 3 classes, first we'll have a victory moment that you've taken 3 yoga classes in the last 3 weeks. Think about where you were 2 weeks ago when we did this stretch, and are you feeling a little more stretched out? Are you able to revisit the videos throughout the week, or maybe just remind yourself to do the stretches? Your hamstring is a very tight part of your body, so remember you can rub right here if you want to right now. You can really create a little more heat. It's also the area that when it's tight, it's affecting your knee, hip, and lower back health, so we want to stretch it out, right? You can hold for a couple of minutes when you do this on your own. We're going to go to the inner and outer hip and IT band again. So you're going to plant that right hip on the ground. Take a deep breath. Exhale over to the left, probably about 45 degrees, and then up if you're not used to it. Again, the deeper you go, the more intense, and it's got to feel good, not hurt, right? If you're peeling off the mat, you probably need to stay higher, okay? Deep breath in. Exhale, crisscross it over. Feel your left IT band. Feel the left hip. Breathe into that. You can hold at each of these raw, or you can breathe and move with the exhale. It's super important in a yoga class to move on your exhales, guys. Okay, deep breath, exhale. So nothing gets pulled, no tightness. Ready? Last one. So we're going to stretch that same area that you were just feeling right now, this area. We're going to stretch a little bit down to the glute and then a hip flexor. So stay with me. That left leg is in front of the right. They kind of crisscross as best we can. We pull our knees in. Don't get discouraged. Do what you can. If you're home and you're like, I feel like a human pretzel and I can do it, you can grab your ankles and get a full stretch on that left glute. If that's so overwhelming or your knees bother you, you're just going to wait here while we just do this for a couple breaths, okay? So you're here, your left glute stretching out. It feels great, I hope. Deep breath. On the exhale, knees are at the chest to get that lower back to stretch. Remember, in a few minutes when our time is over, please message underneath or in the comment bar what parts you want to work next week, what you'd like, so I know I can really reach your needs. Exhale and take that right leg in front of the left. So again, you're just bringing this in as much as you can. Think about your neck and shoulders. Sometimes they tense up because you're like, whoa. So just relax them. If you feel amazing, grab your opposite ankles there and pull in. Okay, let's do a hip flexor. So your left foot is on the ground, your right leg's up, and you're going to take your right ankle onto your left knee, right? You're going to lift up and see this figure 4, and if that's too much, you're going to go back down and just hang here. But if you can, see an upside down 4. Your hands in a perfect world lace behind that left knee. If you can't get there, that's why we've got the strap tonight to help you with this, okay? So it's called thread the needle. Your hands lace behind the left knee. Drop your left leg parallel with the mat. Flex your feet. Keep a nice strong stance and then pull it in here. But again, if that's overwhelming, take the strap and pull it in. Okay? Deep breath. I really want you to stay here for a few breaths. We're sitting at our desk a lot and our hips are really tight, right? Deep breath. Exhale. So you're deciding how intense you want this, right? Might get a little ankle movement too. Each exhale you pull in. Be conscious of your neck. Be conscious of all this area. How does it feel, right? Okay. We're going to do the opposite side, and then I want to show you a little homework that I'd love for you to do. I have a piece of furniture. So now your right leg, your left leg's up, your right leg's down. Left ankle's on your right knee. If you're overwhelmed by this action, you're just going to hang here, and you're still getting a nice opener for the hip. If you can, lift your right leg with me. Take your hands and lace them behind your right knee. Again, if that's too overwhelming, take your strap. Drop your leg parallel with the mat. Flex your feet. Deep breath in. Exhale. Okay? Hands are strapped. Lingering here. Again, you can kind of move your ankles around if you want. If you're a really busy person, it's hard to be still. Pull it in. So, stay in this pose. And if you can watch the video, your phone, your computer while I'm doing this, I would love it this week if you did a little homework and you go up to your nightstand, your dresser, wherever you have a comfortable floor, and you do the same thing, okay? You can do this again, maybe in the living room. And if you're feeling really tight, you just keep pushing closer. That's going to simulate this pulling. You could have a book here, and you could just be relaxing. And before you know it, your hips are opening a lot, right? You can do the other side. And again, you can just be here, you know, reading, watching TV, relaxing, okay? And then if you're near a wall or furniture, you might put your legs up the wall for a little while then. And just, again, feel that great movement where the swelling sometimes goes down. If you have a little swelling in your ankles, a little relief for your lower back and hips. Okay? Pull those knees back to your chest now. Hips got a nice stretch. And before we end, let's go back onto our mats and do a little de-stressing, right? Because we really are just having a very, very unique time. And so we really want to manage that stress. Your palms are up. Your feet are facing out. This might be a time to not watch the video. Close your eyes and just listen, okay? You're going to take your toes and just kind of move them around. And you're going to squeeze them in and think, oh, my feet are still achy even after we stretch them, right? Stretch, stretch. Let your feet fall to the side. Eyes are closed. Tense up your calf muscles, your thighs. And let them relax. take your wrists, which we didn't do some wrist stretches today, rotate them towards your body and rotate them away. If you're feeling like hearing a lot of clicking again, sometimes dehydration, sometimes we just need to move our wrists more. And then you're going to wiggle your fingers around, make a fist, tense up your forearms. Let that move up to your biceps and then release it all. Tense up your core. Release. Shrug your shoulders again. Reach up. Oh, release them. This part's a little silly, but stretch your face. Okay, guys? Your chin is up and down. Your cheeks are side to side. Now, I can't see you. I'm the one looking silly, okay? Like you're shaving, your eyebrows go up and down. And then you're going to pull everything to the center. Make a grumpy face. And you're going to relax. Hang with me here for a minute. Just keep your eyes closed as we're wrapping up. I want you to take a deep breath up towards the ceiling. Fill that balloon in your stomach right now. And deflate that balloon, okay? Inhaling up. And exhale. Don't turn off the video yet. Just hang here for a few breaths. Eyes are closed. When I do say goodbye, you might just want to, again, rest here for a minute if you don't need to make dinner. Let's just hang here for 2 or 3 breaths, being grateful for the time we had together, feeling maybe the waves of just tightness or fatigue, letting it go, inhaling. And exhale. Nice deep breath. Exhale. Reach your hands up. Point your toes. Stretch your spine. Sink back into the mat. One more time. Deep breath. Point your toes. Stretch your spine. Take your knees up. Roll to your side. Coming on up. Let's end with a nice deep breath. I'm so glad you made time. Visit the videos again maybe this week, or if you're watching the recording, I'm glad you could be here. Roll your shoulders up. Exhale. Nice deep breath in through your nose. Exhale. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a good week. Breathe deep. Stay healthy.